Good morning, viewers. Welcome back to the morning show. I am your host, Kevin James, and today we have here Miss Melbourne McPherson, chairperson of the Youth Child Protection Committee. I see that your non-government organization, CPDC Benevolent Society, at a street parade. Give us an overview of the parade.
Alright, thank you so very much for having me, Mr. James. I am with the Clarendon Parish Development Committee Benevolent Society, which has a Youth and Child Protection Committee. Now, on that Youth and Child Protection Committee, we have residents that sit on that committee, as well as non-government organizations and government organizations as well. Now, we had that street parade. It was held in the Lionel Town communities. What happened was that we called it the Anti-Crime and Teenage Pregnancy Parade. We got some persons or some children from our schools, so from our high schools and from our primary schools, to come out and march with us against crime, against teenage pregnancy. We issued some flyers and some brochures that had some information on crime and teenage pregnancy and how it affects our youth. What we also did at the end of the parade was that we had a concert. Now at that concert, we ensured that we brought down some persons from some government organizations that actually had some experiences in what we were trying to teach or educate our residents about. And so we had persons coming in from Men with a Message who actually came in and talked about criminal activities and how it is unworthy to continue in a life of crime. We had women from the Women's Center who were able to come and talk about their experiences with teenage pregnancy and how difficult it was in coping. And so whilst we were able to educate our young people, we were also able to entertain our young people at the same time, because we needed to keep their interest in what we were doing. And so our schools came out, they entertained us, they gave us some pieces, some items, and we had a wonderful time. Now, we ensured that our residents told us the issue that they were having within their community, and they highlighted that it was crime and it was teenage pregnancy, and they asked us as the NGO to engage the government organization, which was actually Child Development Agency. We engaged CDA to come in and be a part of this parade, because what our residents wanted is that at the end of this parade, after we educate our young people and stuff, we could have a policy made by our government to say that, all right, at the end of the day, this is how this policy can affect our young people in moving forward.
Okay. So, who spearheaded the initiative?
The initiative was spearheaded by the NGO, the Clarendon PDC, but it was with major interest and stakes from our residents, because, as I said earlier, they told us what they wanted us to have this initiative about. And we went ahead and we tried to ensure that we partnered with some other relevant persons to this with this information, how best we can reach our young people and who we can put them on to ensure that we make a difference at the end of the day.
Yeah, I like that. So what other organization or agency were involved?
Yes, as I told you, our residents were involved because they came up. Our schools were involved because that was very, very important. We needed our residents to see that our young people were marching against this, and this is them taking their stance. We had CDA from the government, which is the Child Development Agency. We had UNICEF that funded us. We had the police. We had Citizen Security and Justice Program, which came through the Ministry of Justice. We had the Ministry of Local Government. We had the National Youth Service, Heart Trust NTA. All of these are some private organizations as well as government agencies that came on board, heard the cries of our citizens, and thought that we really needed to take a stand against teenage pregnancy and crime.
Well, okay, Miss McPherson, this was a great citizen engagement initiative, and I like what you're doing.
Thank you so very much. Thanks so very much, Mr. James.